Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs, where we empower both new and experienced entrepreneurs, high performers, business owners to overcome the challenge of work life balance, burnout, break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, behaviors. Hey everyone, welcome to the break. Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs, where we empower both new and experienced entrepreneurs, high performers, business owners to overcome the challenge of work life balance, burnout, break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, behaviors, build new habits, create new rituals, new routines. I'm your host, Muhammad Faraj, and today I'll be talking about reclaim your. Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs, where we empower both new and experienced entrepreneurs, high performers, business owners to overcome the challenge of work life balance, burnout, break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, behaviors, build new habits, create new rituals, new routines. I'm your host, Muhammad Faraj, and today I'll be talking about transform your habits, reclaim your life. I've been feeling so happy, so blessed, so grateful, so thankful for my life recently. I've been working on my habits, on my rituals, on my routines, on my behaviors, on my thoughts, on my emotions for a while now. It's been a long time. I've been working very hard and I have invested so much time, so much energy, so much effort on building drastically a new life, transforming my own life, changing all my rituals, all my thoughts, all my emotions, all my old habits because I want to give away, I want to remove every habit, every thought, every feeling, every emotion that always hindered my life, that always kept me feeling stagnant, stuck in life, that always made me or converted me into a victim mentality. So I made, thank God, I made a big decision a while ago, some years ago. I'm gonna transform my life, man. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna build and create my new version because my new version was hidden, it was invisible. My victim mentality, my old version, my old self was always visible, but it was time to give that life away, man. I was sick and tired of that life, of that feeling, of my old state where I was constantly looping through all these habits, behaviors, all these thoughts, emotions, feelings, negativity in my life, feeling sorry for myself, feeling sorry for everyone, feeling sad, always thinking about my past, always feeling tired, exhausted, burnout, fatigue, always sad. I was crying, always thinking about my past. Why always thinking about the regret. Why did I do this? Why did I say this? How did I do this? Why couldn't I be better? Why couldn't I just do a better habits? Why couldn't I say something else? Why did I got myself involved in that issue, in that problem? Man, I was living a terrible life. I promise you, if you build a new version of yourself, if you transform your life, you'll be saying the same thing for your family, for your friends, for your relatives, for everyone you know. You will tell them the story about your old self, about your old version, because man, when you build a new version of yourself, oh my god, your life transforms. You become someone else, you become different. You talk differently, you feel differently, you think differently, you walk differently, you sit differently, you walk differently, you move differently, everything becomes different. And it's all because of your habits, it's all because of your behaviors. Those habits, those behaviors kept you stuck for many years, for a long time. It's time to break that old self. It's time to break that old version of you. It's time to build a new version. It's time to transform your life. It's time to create a new character, a new identity, a new type of personality. It's time to create, build those habits that are waiting for you. You want to make your dreams come true. You want to make your vision reality. You want to smash all your goals. You want to achieve all your goals, all those ambitious. Work on your habits, man. Work on your behaviors. Work on your routines. And do not listen to anyone tells you that you can't do it, or they tell you that it's hard or something. No, man, it's a lot easier than you think. Your dreams are there, your goals are there. It's just you need to break your old bad habits, your old routines, your old thoughts, your old emotions, your old personality, your old character, your old identity. You need to rebuild your life, you need to transform your life. So that's why I wanted to talk about this topic in this episode, because I believe that if you build new habits, if you work on your behaviors, on your routines, on your habits, there is nothing you can do. Anything is possible in your life. I promise you, your dreams, your goals are there. They are just waiting on you. You just need to work on your habits. That's why I created this podcast, because I want to transform your life. I want to help you break through in your entrepreneurial life. I want to stand by your side every step of the way to help you overcome all your challenges, all the hinders, all the obstacles, all the issues that always make you feel stuck or stagnant, or you feel like you're not moving forward, or you feel like you're not getting a result, or you feel like nothing is working. You're constantly struggling, looping through all these thoughts that always keep you the same person, that don't let you to grow, to expand, to be a new version of yourself. So what I learned about habits is that you need to build new habits, you need to create new rituals, new routines, but then you need to work on improving your habits, improving your rituals, improving your routines, changing your behaviors. So the first thing that you need to work on is your triggers. You need to identify triggers that always leads to the same behavior, because if you are going back to your old bad habits and then you are triggered by some behaviors that always seems like drives the same habits, the same behaviors, and then you end up feeling regret, disappointed, overwhelmed, stressed, and you struggle through the day just to complete only one project, only one task on your to-do list. You struggle with your time management, you struggle with your schedule, you struggle with your projects, with your tasks, you struggle with your productivity, with your focus, with your healthy life, with your thoughts. So you need to identify those triggers that always leads to the same results. So for example, if you have a trigger where the first thing you wake up in the morning, you are worried and you feel an anxiety, or you get controlled or occupied by negative thoughts and feelings and emotions, odds are those triggers will determine your day. So you lose your will, you lose your power to those triggers, to those habits, and then you end up procrastinating, you end up feeling distracted, you end up wasting time, you end up starting the day feeling negative or worried. So When you start your day in this state, when you start your day with feeling anxiety, worried, and your brain is like rewired on those thoughts, on those behaviors, on those emotions, so you live your day dragging yourself, trying and trying very hard to work on your tasks, on your projects, trying to make progress, trying to move forward, trying to do something very necessary, very relevant to your business, and then it doesn't matter how much you try, it feels like you're going back to your old self. It seems like you are stuck. It seems like it's not working. You feel distracted, you feel disappointed, and those negative thoughts are waiting on you. They control you. So you zoom in on those thoughts, and then you end up punishing yourself with negative thoughts, with negative critical thinking. Like you criticize yourself, you tell yourself, I'm bad, I'm not good, I'm not meant to be an entrepreneur, I'm not talented, I don't have a high IQ, I'm not smart, I'm not creative. It seems like no matter what I do, I'm the same. I am not getting better. I'm always worse. So those thoughts, those feelings, emotions, they control you, and you focus on them, and then unfortunately you end your day feeling disappointed. You feel like your life is worse and nothing is working. You even sometimes complain to your family, to your friends about how things are hard or how habits are very hard to break, and it's very hard to build new habits. So find those triggers, and the solution for those triggers is you need to replace them with new triggers. So instead of waking up first time thinking about your past, or feeling anxiety or worried about your future or about your business, replace that with a healthy routine. So for example, my routine, my triggers is that first time I wake up in the morning, I just reach to water. I drink a glass of water, and then I do some breathing exercises. I inhale and exhale multiple times. I do a very deep breathing exercise, and then I do visualization, I do meditation. And then what I do, the next habit after this sequence of habits, I reach out to my coffee machine. My coffee machine is my trigger. So as soon as I came to my kitchen and make a coffee, this becomes a trigger for me to start my morning routine, to start working, to start being focused, productive. So every time I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about that coffee machine, because I know how coffee delicious it feels. I know the smell of the coffee. It makes me feel so happy and relaxed, and I love coffee. So the coffee machine is my trigger. So every time I start my day, I reach out to a glass of water, and then I do my exercises, and then I reach to my coffee machine, which is my trigger, and this coffee machine triggers me to do my morning routine, to do my workout, to go out for walking, or to start working, or to be productive, because the trigger of all these routines, habits, is my coffee machine. So it's the same for a bad habit. For example, if you are a smoker, I'm not a smoker, I haven't smoked in all my life, but for example, if you are a smoker, so cigarettes, or the smell of the cigarette, or even seeing the smoke of the cigarette will be trigger. So the cigarettes or the smell will trigger your brain to start smoking. So you start smoking and you become unhealthy person, because smelling or seeing those cigarettes will always trigger your brain to do the same habit, to perform or implement the same behavior. So always work on your triggers. Find triggers around your environment so you can replace unhealthy, negative triggers with healthy, positive triggers that always seems drives to the same or leads to the same behaviors, to the same habits, rituals, routines. That way you become very healthy person during your day. And the next thing I want to talk about is that you find habits, you identify what habits you want to build in your entrepreneurial life, and then you work on establishing them. This is like the process. After you establish your habits, you need to work on updating or improving those habits. So for example, if you have a current habit that says, as soon as my alarm goes off at 22 p.m. on the evening, then I'm going to the bed. So your alarm is your trigger. It will trigger your brain that it's time to sleep. It's time to go to the bed. It's time to stop working. It's time to stop watching any screens or devices. It's time to listen to loudy or mindful music. So that alarm becomes your trigger, because when you set that alarm, it will trigger your brain or program your brain to do the habit. And when you do the habit of going to the bed on time, that means you are going to bed at the specific time, and that means next day you wake up early in the morning, you feel energized, act and healthy. Why? Because you used your alarm as trigger that triggered you to go to bed on time and then wake up on time, and that way you will enjoy a happy, healthy and positive day. And the other thing that I want to talk about in this episode is that you need to work on your environment. You need to change your environment. If you have a negative, unhealthy environment, an environment that doesn't support your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, that doesn't support your relationships, that doesn't support your healthy life, it's time to redesign that environment so you can enjoy a healthy entrepreneurial life, a healthy relationships, a healthy life. So that way, when you are designing your environment, you are maintaining a steady and healthy life. So, for example, if you have a TV that is always visible to everyone in your family, in your home, or if it's close to your workplace, so that means every time you feel tired, every time you feel like you don't want to do the work, or every time you go for a lunch or eat a meal, or every time you try to spend time with your family, you are triggered by that TV, because that TV will trigger your brain to do to perform the same behavior, where you will sit on by the TV and you will end up spending many hours watching unnecessary programs, not educational content. So you will not be spending a good quality time with your family. That's first thing. And the other thing is, you are spending so much time on TV and you're not spending enough time on your work. And the other thing is that having TV visible in your home for everyone, it will impact your health, because if you as an entrepreneur, if you are working and you are sitting on your workplace for many hours, and then you go spend more hours sitting on TV watching programs or Netflix or anything else, that means you're not maintaining a healthy life, because you need to move your body, you need to exercise, you need to do your training, you need to follow your fitness program, you need to work on your muscles, you need to do your workout. So when you have your TV in the middle of your house and it's visible to everyone, so that means you're not following your non-negotiables, because every time you need to go to the gym, you need to do your workout after a long work day. So you will start negotiating, you will start thinking, oh, or hesitating that, oh, today I don't want to go to the gym, I feel tired, I feel exhausted, I don't think I'm able to do my workout, I don't think I'm able to do some running. Even when friends or colleagues, they ask you or invite you to go to the gym or to do some physical activity outdoor, or to attend any sport, you don't feel like you want to go, you don't feel like you want to leave that TV, you don't want to move your body, you just want to sit all these hours and just relax. But instead, you need to do your evening routine, because when you start your day with morning routine, you are starting your day with a powerful routine, habits, rituals that will always make your day feel very positive, very productive, very focused, very happy. So if you ignore your evening routine and instead spending time on TV, that means your design, your environment is impacting your healthy life. It's impacting even your family's healthy life. So that's why you need to remove your TV and redesign your environment by putting some books, or maybe listening to some podcasts or interviews or watching interviews. So that way, instead of impacting your healthy life and your relationships, you are benefiting your life, you are improving and enhancing your entrepreneurial life and your relationships. So the other thing that I want to talk about is that first you build habits, then you do reflection. So after you perform habits during the day, every week, every month, my friend, you need to do a reflection daily, weekly, monthly. You need to do a reflection where you are sitting in a very quiet, relaxing place, and do not bring any devices to that place. You need to have a very empty, quiet place, and you need to grab a piece of paper and a pen and just reflect on your habits, on your routines, on your rituals during the day, during the week, during the month, and ask yourself questions. How were my habits? What habits are still making me feel stuck? What habits do I need to remove? Am I following along with my goals, with my ambitions, with my dreams? Am I following along with my morning routine, with my evening routine, with my rituals? What habits do I need to update? What habits do I need to break? What habits are still keeping me stuck? What habits are wasting so much time, so much energy from my day? How can I build new habits? How can I improve current habits? If you're for example spending 30-40 minutes on just a regular meal, how can I reduce that amount of time so I can be productive, so I can spend that time with my friends, with my family, with the loved ones instead? So you need to do reflection. When you're doing reflection, you are moving toward your healthy life, your transformation, your new version. Because if you're not doing reflection, if you ignore this habit, that means you are remaining stuck with your current habits, with your behaviors, because you're not improving, because you're not getting better, you're not seeing results, you're not progressing. So that's why it's very, very important that you do reflection, because reflection will give you a visual cue, it will give you a visual system that shows you what is going right and what is going wrong in your life. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching or listening to this content. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. It's The Breakthrough Entrepreneurs. And leave a review on this podcast, on this content, and tell me about your feedback, about your thoughts about this podcast so I can improve. And don't forget to click on the link below in the description area where I have created a guide for you, a 5 blueprint steps that you can take that can help you build new habits, break old bad habits, track your habits so you can start your breakthrough entrepreneurial life and you can start improving your healthy life, your entrepreneurial life. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I can't wait to publish a new episode. Bye, everyone. That was a good one. That was a good one.